also known to many of us as Rock, is an international student from China. He received his bachelor's degree in communication from Northwest University of Politics and Law, and a second bachelor's degree in general studies with a focus on communication from Fort Hays State University in the United States in 2012. During the summers of 2009 and 2010, Rock was a journalist in the central TV station of the Shaanxi province. Currently, he is working towards his master's degree in International Commerce and Policy, also known as ICP, at George Mason University School of Public Policy. Rock's research focuses on the economic improvements within developing countries, particularly with regard to Chinese market reform. In the future, he plans to return to China to work with an economic channel of an international television station, contributing to the development of Chinese international media and economy. Everyone, Qingquan Huo.
All right. Before starting my presentation, I want to ask you a question. How many products in your life is made in China? Actually, there is a funny story. When I try to buy something like this to my Chinese friend in America, the first thing come in my mind is to check the label. Because I need to check if there are any space markets made in China, but actually I gave up right now because most of the things I can find in America is made in China. So I start to think where these products come from and how they are made. After finding this picture, I realized that I cannot avoid buying things made in China. As you can see, all these products are come from China. But it is not enough. I'm still confused where these products have produced until I found this picture. The first picture shows how products have been produced. As you can see, it describes how your iPhone has been assembled. You cannot see the people's face and their names, and actually they are really like a part of machine. And the other picture, it shows the biggest workshop in the world. Thousands of people working in a huge room and doing the same thing at the same time. They are all young Chinese workers, and the age between 18 to 25. And actually, I have an experience to interview these people in 2011. When I worked as a journalist in Shaanxi province TV station, I stayed in Foxconn group for 1 week and to develop a report. At that time, I feel their loneliness, their hopelessness, and under high pressure. Their living condition looks close like a prison. And 10 or 15 workers in one room, 50 people sharing a single bathroom. And day and night ruled by the factory clock. And most of them even don't know exactly. They don't exactly know what they made. And now I will read the biology section summary in Chinese. And can I invite you guys to read the English while I read in the Chinese? 随着中国特色社会主义近30年的改革，大批的境外炮公司来到中国东南沿海设立厂房。这些公司不但带来了大量的资本、先进的技术和管理理念，同时为当地的居民提供了大量的工作机会，促进了中国东南部的城镇化改革。与此同时，这些跨国公司带来的问题也日益突出，工资过低、加班时间过长、工作压力过大等一系列问题，刺激了跨国公司与当地劳工的矛盾。这些矛盾与冲突使得中国政府近年来一直坚持的对外开放政策也保持中立。本次演讲的重心便是分析这些冲突的发生与发展，以便提出一些可行的方案，帮助缓解这些冲突的发生。After that interview, I feel really guilty because these people who make products we use every single day. For example, your iPhone, your iPad, or your handbag, almost everything you can find around your life is made by the most of the employee earned less $1 per hour. And I can see it is our interest in cheap goods that makes them do so. On the other hand, I do know the companies also help the Chinese community development and the economy to be improved. So today I will talk both positive and negative influence of foreigner multinational companies in China on local Chinese communities and how to improve this business practice. And to be specific, I will introduce the background why foreigner multinational companies choose China as their work facility, and the influence both include the positive effect and the negative effect, and the conclusion. And before talking about the actual research, I have another question, which is how and why foreigner multinational corporations come to China. And from the literature review, I found two main reasons can explain why foreigner multinational companies choose China as their overseas facilities. First reason is the government policy. At the end of 1978, the Chinese government economic reform as a top level priority. In order to bring international capital and export, especially the high technology, Chinese government issued some policy to support it, like free tax or anything. And from 1978, China started to invite foreigner companies come into China and set their branch industries. The second reason why this company choose China is related to the huge population and cheap labor. As you can see this graph, it shows the Chinese population share world population. As you know, the world population is about 7 billion in 2030, and Chinese is 1,300 million. Actually, it is the official data. Totally, we have more than 1,500 million, almost a quarter of the world population. So it means the cheap labor. So you can see the dark area is foreigner companies. They all set their branch companies in the east coast of China. Here I divide the influence of foreigner multinational corporation into two sections, which are positive and negative effects. On the left side is the positive, and the right side is the negative effect. And about the positive effect, the foreigner multinational companies help the local community employment rate increasing. And with this companies help, the structure of China labor market being transformed to a modern structure. And various kind of multinational corporations are strategically adding with the Chinese companies appear in the Chinese market. And further, Chinese rural urbanization has been improved. As you can see, this picture shows how the Chinese economy has been developed after the government invited this company to set up their industry in China. And the Chinese GDP growth has been increased rapidly, and the average growth annual rate is about 8% each year. And things in this graph shows the China's GDP share the world GDP. And this graph shows how the influence on the Chinese rural urbanization. And from 1978 to 76, urban population grows rapidly. We can assume that by the year of 2025, urban population will reach to 1,000 million. On the other hand, about the negative effects among many issues, I will highlight the labor rights problem by using Foxconn case studies. Okay. Foxconn technology grew as one of the biggest contract electric manufacturing companies in the world. In China, the enterprise has more than 1 million staff and most of the staff are student workers and the people from some rural area of China. However, in 2012, there was a shocking group suicide event that attracts worldwide attention. In the Guangdong province of China, 18 workers in the Foxconn technology group could not endure the pressure of the working long hours in difficult circumstances and jump off the roof after working overtime. This event deteriorated the public image of multinational corporations like Foxconn in this local area. And this is the list of the worker suicide in Foxconn from January 2010 to December 2011. Just 2 years, 24 people committed suicide in one company. And actually, there are lots of these foreigner multinational companies in the east coast of China have similar problems, but most of them have not been reported. And after suicide event appeared, the research examined the method of people suicide in the Foxconn, and most people died by jumping from the top of the floor. After the Foxconn also offered some methods to solve this problem and protect their employees like this.
Yeah.
And I really don't think it is the best way as a famous company to protect their staff. And you can see this is data and show the world suicide rate for 1,000. And China is the second one. And you can see the American is 12 and China is 22. Here are some conclusions of my research. The Foxconn model of experience refers to the argument that most of foreigner invested companies in China face human rights problems. And the conjunction between the capital and the labor have heavily at the point of production, resulting in the worldwide labor governance as well as struggles. By furthering the influx of foreigner capital into China, the basis for the institutionalization of legal protection for the workers would be disturbed. And due to time constraint, I have not mentioned about the negative effects such as the environment destroy and the cultural problems, but focus on the labor rights issue. For the future study, this other issue can be explored in more detail. And thank you. And